After the successful configuration of the machine, I click on Start to start this particular machine. After clicking on the Start button, a window gets opened in which it appears a small dialog box to select the ISO file of the operating system which I want to install. In this case, I will be selecting Ubuntu Linux, which I have downloaded from the internet. So this is the ISO file that I have downloaded from the internet. Double click on the file and it gets selected. After selection, make sure you have selected the right file and click on choose to proceed. You will be able to see the name of your ISO file along with the size of the ISO file over here. And if you are having multiple ISO files, select the appropriate ISO file by clicking on the below arrow and then click on Start. After clicking on the Start, you are able to see the VirtualBox having. After clicking on Start, you are able to see the VirtualBox getting boot up from your ISO file. So we should wait for the further instructions as and when it comes. So initially it is checking for the disks and we should wait for this process to get completed till 100%. As you are able to see, the process got completed with 100%, no errors were found, so it is moving on with the next further processing. So in the next screen, you are able to see two options. The first one is the try Ubuntu and the second is the install Ubuntu. Since we are not trying, we are installing the Ubuntu on to this machine. So we'll be selecting on this second option, that is install Ubuntu. After the selecting of installation of Ubuntu, it is asking for the keyboard layout. Keep the keyboard layout as default, that is English US, and click on the next to continue to proceed. In the next screen, it is asking for the normal installation or the minimal installation. Since for the requirement we only need web browser, so we'll be going with the minimal installation. We are not requiring the office software, games and media players. If you want, you can go with the normal installation as well. but as of now I am moving with the minimal installation. Then other options, it is asking for the download the updates while installing Ubuntu. So I'm not selecting this particular option as I do not want the installation files to get download uh, the updates while I am installing with this Ubuntu Linux. So click continue to proceed. After clicking on continue, it asks me for the further instructions. Moving on with the next step, it asks me where you are presently located. Since I am in India, it automatically identifies the region and give the time zone accordingly. So I am selecting India, which is the by default option selected over here, and click on continue to proceed further. This is the main page of all the installation where you are setting your username and password for that particular machine. So as of now, I am selecting my name as LAMP. So as you type the name, it automatically gives the computer name and the username. You can change it manually as well, but it is good if you can keep the default names. So selecting the password, you can enter the password that you want to have for this Ubuntu Linux. Then select the by default option require my password to log in and click on continue. Make sure you remember this username and password because this password will be applicable as your root password while installing all your applications onto this machine. After clicking on continue, you are able to see that some copying files have been started, and I am going to pause the video over here because the installation process for Ubuntu Linux has started, and this will take a couple of minutes to pursue. To avoid the video to go long, I am pausing the video here and I will be starting the video as soon this process gets completed. Now, as we are able to see, the installation got completed, and this dialog box appears in front of us. And this dialog box have one option as restart now. I will be clicking on this option restart now to restart this machine. One check that you can do is, as you restart this machine, go to devices, optical device, and deselect this ISO file. Otherwise, it will prompt you this message that please remove the installation media and press enter. To remove this installation media, go to devices, optical drives, and make sure this ISO file no tick is available over here. Once you confirm this, then press enter to proceed. On pressing enter, this Ubuntu VirtualBox Linux will reboot and you will be able to see your login page where you can enter your password. As you are able to see, the machine has rebooted now, and I am able to see the name of the machine over here. I click on this name and it is asking for password. I entered the password that I used to set up during the installation of this machine and press enter. On pressing enter, it prompts me certain options which I need to select. Yeah, as this machine gets started, these are the options that it displays. So connect your online account. Since presently I am not going to connect any online account, so I click on this skip button. Then it asks for the live patches. I am not going to install or set up any live patch now. So click on next. Help improve Ubuntu. I select on no, don't send system information. Click on next. Then it is asking for the sharing of the location services. Since I am not able to, I am not allowing the location services. So I am moving ahead with the next. And it gives us with the software list that I can install the applications that are available. So I click on done to proceed, and after clicking on done, I am able to see this home screen where this is my desktop and I am having two icons on my desktop of the Ubuntu Linux edition. Thank you.